still doing our thing. We get ready to do a big project next year, and so just go ahead and let's start. First of all, we're gonna start off with Butter,
Right.
and your thoughts about Butter, your feels about how Butter's going, and what people should be looking for and expect.
Right. Butter. I gotta be honest, it's not been a film like Butter in a while, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a part of it. You're supposed to say good stuff about it, like that's not about it. See a heroine in this dramatic sense. It's not just she's not coming out of a direct situation where she's just been beat on and she's trying to fix her situation. Like she's literally trying to save the world.
Right.
And my best friend Tiffany's playing Butter. And acting with your best friend has been, that experience has been like the best ever because there's been no need to build chemistry. We built all the right chemistry in all the right places already. So yeah.
And that's good. So, what are you working on now?
What am I working on now?
Your album, your music. You got so much going on.
Busy man.
Well, of course we're wrapping up Butter. That's why we're here now. I also just wrapped up In the Nick of Time season 2, so called To Play. I also just finished, I was just telling Kareem yesterday we had a power session trying to get this album to y'all. Cause to Rebel is coming, I promise. The original release date was in September, but with the samples having to be cleared and different songs being written, y'all know I never stopped writing. So honestly, I want to cut it down to about 10 tracks, but we wrote now probably about 40 songs for it, just to make sure that we got the right stuff. I don't want to just shovel off songs
like Chris Brown
in the last year. I want to give you the stuff that I want you to hear. Part of.
What's the toughest part of being Bruce LaRondé?
The toughest part of being Bruce LaRondé? Knowing when and where to open and close the gate. That stage person leaks out a lot into like regular conversations and things like that sometimes. And a lot of times people, they see you doing one thing, so they think you're one thing because the average person is one thing. They see you dance, or they see you sing, they see you rap, they see you act. It's like, oh, that's what he does. And then you have to come out, you have to step out and say, wait a minute, comma, and having to do that and have that conversation, and it's still a humble manner because, I'm not an arrogant person. I'm just really talented, and I have to tell you that.
Is arrogance I guess a stronger form of confidence?
No, they're very different. Arrogance is something you woke up with. Confidence is built over time. I have confidence because, or you can call it cocky almost because you have to have something in possession to be cocky. Arrogance is this air about you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I work hard, very hard,
Right.
I wake up every day around 7 and I'm not getting back to that bed again until about 4:30. So just working on different projects just to make sure everything's
What's the one thing that you want to achieve?
The one thing I want to achieve, I say it all the time. I actually want to be simultaneously nominated for an Oscar and a Grammy. I just want to be at that level of awareness when it comes to me. It's not about winning them because I don't need to win. It's that level of awareness to my craft.
Nomination.
I know that I'll be on that, that world,
platform
stage. You can't really say you don't know me because you're somebody who is somebody. You know those. Those people. I just want everybody to get a piece, man. I want everybody to get that piece. That's all.
So far as like working with other artists and even like with your film and acting, it seems like just working with us and me working with you and knowing you don't have a problem working with anybody. Well, let me clean that up. Do you change like your attitude towards people when it comes to acting just because of your professionalism?
Exactly. Because, all right, so when you're in the studio and you're working on music, that's a more direct feel. It's the director being the actor in that sense because I know what that song sounds like a lot of the time. I don't let people write for me. You might be able to get a hook into something. Nobody's writing my verses, though. I'm very strict about that. However, when you're on set, it's like the difference between basketball and football. You know what I'm saying? Like on a football team, you need everybody. On that basketball team, you can just have LeBron and be fine. You know what I'm saying? On that football team, you can't throw and catch. So you got to make sure that everybody has that same level of confidence, even if there's somebody just approaching it, or you might have to calm somebody else down and say, hey, I used to do that.
We're gonna rewind and go to the beginning. And let me ask you a question.
Okay.
So working with Saeed, myself, the director on Butter, and just like the little stuff we did. But we're gonna get to the press shortly. Like, what are the advantages of working with him opposed to working with other directors, and the disadvantages?
Saeed's communication. I know I'm supposed to talk like talking, you're talking, but Saeed's communication people. He's a very straight shooter, and he will tell you when he doesn't know, and you have to appreciate that in this profession. Somebody who will tell you, hey, I don't know, what do you guys think? A lot of times I've shot with directors or producers, and they just say, well, let's just keep going and keep going and keep going, and you're killing time because nobody really knows. We're just looking for that thing or waiting for that thing to happen. And people get frustrated and mess with it. But anyway, it's just also, there's always a very, I say great always when it comes to your message, because the message is never minute. However, it's surrounded by so much entertainment values like the laughs and the romantic stuff and stuff. But there's something in there that if you take it out, it could possibly change your life. And I'm very serious about that. You're a great writer, bro.
It is. Good.
Okay, now we gonna stay with Butter, but the cast.
Yeah.
I mean, our cast is like, what you think
Top
about
notch.
like the cast, man? It's like.
Well, like I said, my best friend stars in Butter. Tiffany is amazing.
And she came, and let me say this, and I'm gonna get you back. When we first started working with Tiffany, she was green.
Yeah.
Great.
But she studied, man, and she would call me and say, well, me and Bruce is over here studying online and working on her stuff, and that's why I was lucky about working with her and you, because like people were just calling this and that we need to get this thing together.
Yeah.
And that's what y'all were doing, and it helps her. Even like she going to acting classes with Patrick Ferreira, and she's learning the craft and learning the art, and you can see her progress. Because one thing I can at least say about this man here, he has yet to show up with a script and know all his lines.
No.
Yep.
Don't do
I
scripts.
gotta
Really?
say that about him.
The
Never.
scripts.
I said, you need the script. He said, I already read it. I'll be there. I said, okay.
That's good. That's preparation.
Preparation. And we're going to move on because we talk about the press.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give y'all a little bit about the press. And the press is a story about, all my stuff is about black empowerment. Everything I shoot, black people are not going to be the losers in nothing I shoot. Because we don't need to be the loser. We do win at something.
Yes.
And the press is that film that gives gives Bruce and Charles, who was Charles Smith, the opportunity to overcome and win for Black America. And just reading the script and being part of that, like, what you think about the press and where it's going to go once we get it complete?
The press, I think, is taking so long because it's going to be so powerful, and I think it's really amazing how you did it, where we have this one film that's a part of like 2 or 3 other films, like just quick plug-in, so you're waiting on it. I know people are waiting on it, starting conversations already, and the product's not out, material's not out, but the press itself is such a, I don't know, man, it's so different. I've never seen anything like that, where there's a black man trying to take over, or not really trying to take over, really just doing his best in his position, and then seeing the rise on himself and dealing with the issues that come along on the sides, you know what I'm saying? Just him trimming that fat on that steak is an amazing story. Just how it happens and how you have to still maintain the integrity of a businessman, you know what I'm saying, and still be a black man, because those crossroads are so tough. I've crossed several of them today, where you have to just swallow your tongue almost, and then he ends up in situations where, all right, now I can be Charles Smith and I can sit on mine and say what I want to. And I think it opens both sides of that consciousness, where what I want to say or how I feel in that situation versus if you actually let me talk, this is what will happen. So yeah.
Oh man, you know what? And I wrote the thing, and I couldn't have explained it any better. I wrote the script, and I read the script, but I couldn't explain it any better and I'm glad you said that, because that's what I wanted to get out to the people and convey to people, that this cat here was just this young brother just trying to help the community, that he rises up, but he understands his position, but he still doesn't forget where he came from and how he came.
And it's so wild, because in this, like, a lot of times in these movies, you look for the antagonist almost to be a white person always. When there's a black man to come up, it has to be a white person. But we know in the black community, it's not like that. Now, you know what's out there, and we know how to deal with it. And to some extent, we almost go skin numb to it. However, emotionally numb to it. However, the black to black, just that intense, just anxiety of you coming up over me, that crabs in the barrel type thing, is so real, and it's really what's killing us bigger than that old white.
Sad. It's sickening.
And if anybody watched Political, actually, the opening of Political is Charles Smith speaking to Philip Muhammad.
About it's us doing all these things.
About us doing all these things to ourselves. And I'm glad you brought up the thing about...
Wait, can I clear that up 1 second? Because I feel like they're going to take me and be like, oh, you mean white people know? I did not say that. What I am saying is that if you take a whole bunch of little water droplets, right, and they spread out, that's exactly what they are. But if you condense them suckers, you got you a flood. And we know what floods can be. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So if we can't consider ourselves these water droplets and say, no, we're flooded. No, no, you're not. You're scattered water droplets. That's what you are.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. That's a good analogy.
And I love the way you explain this. So I got to go back to the drawing board and do my homework.
Do your homework.
That I really had a chance to express my feelings about this film. We got LaTondra Lawson.
Yeah.
And she's
who is my cousin.
In real life?
Yes, in my real life, yes. Like family reunion.
That's crazy.
Call Bruce because he ain't answering the phone type.
Small world.
Yeah, small world.
That's crazy.
Well, at least we know they
in the same film. Oh.
No, I can't see. I was about to try to make an exception. I can't get started.
Well, listen, we got LaTondra Lawson, and we got. But other than them two, really, we're going to be auditioning for. I got a couple other people in key positions.
People are asking.
Right, and another position that we're going to start auditioning for. But I asked Bruce to play that role because I needed a young person that's energetic, that would do his homework and can change up at the drop of a hat.
He look good in the suit.
He look good in the suit, so you know how we do. But yeah, so we no, you good. Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead, brother. You good. Are you fine?
So
you interested in acting?
What's that?
You interested in acting?
Me acting, I break the camera.
Oh, man. We try to recruit you, man.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Invite you to something.
You're right. You too, man.
So we moving there. So now we
got a little recruiting going on.
When we got started, we was talking about your music. Yeah. So what's up with your music and
Hot TD?
To be honest, I don't want to release just a compilation of stuff. I think that's extremely lazy, and I'm better than that. So what we're trying to do is take the 40 songs that we wrote, and I'm calling it 40 just because I wrote them in spurts, and have a context to it. You know, deliver you somewhat of a, make you know what you're looking for. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't do the, shoot your mom with the shower cap on in the kitchen, like, you know what I'm saying? If I get real wordy with it, I get real wordy. If we get, aggressive, I can do that. And I'm better with my context and my content than, just doing the average stuff. So that's when it gets fun because I can talk about anything and be fine. I can sing as well as rap, fairly equal. So, I don't know. Yeah, it is what it is, man. And the thing about it is, I don't want to sit here and give you a release date. Because I know myself, and I look at what could be a finished piece, and I say, they deserve better. And it's not really about what I think you deserve, it's what I really feel you deserve. You know what I'm saying? That thought and that mind thing.
Okay, so we're going to close with this. Okay, what advice would you give to young artists like yourself, that's even that's established like you, coming up, or just don't know where they want to go right now with their talent? What advice would you give?
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, and build your conversation with people. Know how to converse with people, and because that's where other skills can be built up. We've brought some actors and performers a long way just because they opened their mouths and said, hey, I'm not really comfortable with this, but I want to. Or, I'm not new to this is my first film, just talk to us. A lot of us, that's why that goes back to your first conversation when I can't be that person on set, because then you can't talk to me. And if you're not going to be your best you, then they're not going to like the movie as much as they could, you know what I'm saying? In a movie setting, I prefer us all to go off. Because I'm going to do my thing regardless. Yeah.
Well, and like I said, I think once people see what we put together with Butter, I think they're going to see why, this has been a 6-year project for me, and why I made some of the changes that I made. I just think when people see what we did and how it was shot, and the people that came on board and did exactly what we asked them to do as a group and as an individual, I think they're going to be happy. Absolutely. So you are?
I am Bruce LaRondé, performer, jack of all trades, rapper, dancer, singer, actor, model, choreographer, producer, director, promoter. Turn on the lights, we'll make it happen now, okay?
Man, the many hats, you heard it here, baby. Bruce LaRondé, the artist.
Thank you, Bruce.
I appreciate you, man. Make sure you guys go see the press when it comes out, and make sure you go to the Butter premiere. Check everybody out. Come meet the actors. Come meet us. We'd love to talk to you guys, okay? Please.
Definitely.